So the Blackburn Rovers B team actually took care of business against Rovers first team, that's right, of this past match day over at Ewood Park. It was a celebratory 150th anniversary, but what was the experience like seeing Eustace and co back again? We talked about that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we are doing a final dotting the D's and crossing the T's and all that kind of stuff of the Derby County 150th anniversary match where John Eustace returned again and took all 3 points. What was the experience like seeing the likes of Wyman, Danny Barth, of course, in the opposition? Well, we asked the lads all of that and much more in a second. Again, if you're new, where have you been? Hit the old subscribe. You want to subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, Championship Football, World Football. We've got it all here under one roofski. That's right, Derby County smashed and grabbed all 3 points last time around. But can Rovers, well, what was the experience like for the Rovers fans to see the old gaffer once again in the opposition dugout? Well, I sat down with the boys and we talked all about that and much more. Here we go. Bring it on. Of course, 150th anniversary for Blackburn Rovers. We've reached that impressive mark of 150 years and we celebrated it in traditional Blackburn Rovers style, Jacob. We lost, didn't we, against old boy John Eustace and Derby County. You were there, of course. I watched it from my comfort of my own home here, but not the best not the best birthday present for Blackburn Rovers, was it?
No, it wasn't. And yeah, Snaky Eustace is 2-0 to us now, isn't he? Yeah, not the game we would have wanted to mark such an occasion, but at least the old boys did the business later on. But yeah, I mean, I was never confident going into that game anyway. But going into that game, and then you kind of you seen the lineup beforehand with Ryan Hedges at left centre half, and you're just scratching your head, and you're thinking, yeah, it's we definitely didn't need a fifth centre half, did we? After losing Dom Hyam on deadline day, I mean that just kind of sums up, unfortunately, where the squad is right now, and then also playing Axel Henriksen at number 6. Again, scratching your head. We end up bringing on the kid later on. Can't remember his name now. Montgomery. We bring Montgomery on later on in midfield, and he was brilliant. I thought, and then you've got Tavares as well, who finally managed to make his way back onto the bench. Our star signing in the summer, a few million spent on him, and he's not getting in the team over the likes of Henriksen, who some people on Twitter have after some games have said, "Oh, he was brilliant, this, that, and the other." But I'm yet to see it personally, and he's definitely not a number 6. Never mind a number 10. So yeah, wasn't brilliant, and my mate next to me didn't even think we deserved the penalty. So I haven't even had a look at it. My first thought seeing it was I thought it was a pen, and I thought we deserved that. But it's not convincing when you. I mean, I feel like Eustace went there knowing obviously we had pairs in there, and to just kind of put it on him. He's always been weak with the crosses and the corners into the box, and that's where both their goals came from, weren't it? So not ideal, Dirk, and yeah, hopefully we just pick ourselves up for this Preston game.
Yeah, it's a big one, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you were also there at Denver. What is your take on it? Of course, if Pears was not in the between the sticks and Toff was in between the sticks, do you think the scoreline would be different?
No, not at all. I think as the performance, I've slept on it. I forgot about this game, Dirk. I've actually enjoyed my week, um, but yeah, it was just not good enough. It was lackluster, with all the hype, all the flames and the smoke and everything at the beginning of the game. We were well up for it, for the game to just, oh, it was so poor. It was just, but at the same time, it was poor, but it was not unexpected. It was very Rover like, when the time comes, when it's like in the past, it would have been that game to get into the playoffs, or that game to do it, Oh, we've beaten Arsenal in the FA Cup. We're just going to get Millwall to get to the semi-final. We lose, and it's just so. Any big occasion, we lose. We don't play well, and yeah, it was even without pairs in the net. Even if it was tough, the boys in outfield just weren't at the races. It just seemed like they were I was ready for this international break. Someone like they had 3 games and done enough, and it just was a bit poor all around. Better second half, we say. Yes, we had more of the ball, we had more of the possession, but again, I've said a few weeks ago we looked really toothless. But at the end of the day, Mr. Sitting on the Fence said we'd only get 2 points out of this, out of what's a possible 12, and we got 9, so I can't complain too much. But yeah, it was dull. And it wasn't our best performance, definitely, for sure.
No, it wasn't, but it was a good stretch of games. I think we all had doom and gloom written on our faces when we did look at those run of games. I was thinking, when are we going to get our next point on the board? We'll have a look at the table and all that jazz here in a second, if I can get it on the screen here. But, joined also here by Jonty and Mr. Haven, of course, for a podcast, a rare outing for you today. This was the occasion. Derby County, there is Morris, bargain of the season, people are saying, calling him the signing of the season, up there, either in double digits already with 9 goals, or close to, double digits with 9 goals. But something that we are lacking at the moment. But the table looks like this, and the form is on the screen there. But Jonty, how are you? You're enjoying your time off a little bit there. What's your take on the last 5 matches, which do include 3 wins and a couple of defeats?
Yeah, I actually listened back to our podcast from, as you know, I do quite a lot of driving, so I just have YouTube playing in the background and I listen to it, and it was quite interesting listening to our predictions going into like your Leicester Cities and things like that. So I think I was 1 point off actually what we got, but
I think I got it right, if I remember, Jonty.
I think you did. Yeah, no. Well, hang on, you've gone too soon there. I was going to call that out, Jacob. I was going to say I think you actually got it spot on in terms of points. I don't think you quite got the predictions as to where they would land, but no, fair play to you. You got the points. I think I was 1 out, but no, the Derby game I didn't actually make it. I had a horrible time of being sat next to a Derby fan in a Derby shirt at Centre Parks because my wife's cousin is a Derby fan. So I thought Derby did a proper job on us, really. I think it was Derby that sang when we got beat there last season 2-0 on your big day out, and it was our big day out again against Derby. And we just, a bit like what Dem's just said, we always seem to just bottle it, don't we? It's almost at the point now where it becomes funny. Whenever we get a big attendance into Ewood and it's our big day out, we always just seem to fluff our lines, don't we? So fluff, I said, by the way. Yeah, it was just disappointing. I think the only time we don't fluff our lines is when we're in a relegation scrap, Leeds away and Leicester away. But all the other ones where we could attract a few more people back to Ewood, and yeah, we just go and mess it up, don't we? So, what was your question anyway?
Just the form, looking at the form, 3 wins out of the last 4. Slip up against Derby, but beating so-called big boys, Southampton, Leicester, and also tricky opponents, that a difficult team that we've always struggled against. Bristol City, cheeky 1-0 win.
No, great win. Leicester, brilliant performance, proper professional away performance, and then followed it up brilliantly at Bristol City. I said to one of my mates on text, I said, you can't go to Leicester and produce that kind of result and then go and lose at Bristol City. And this was before the Bristol City game. So, I said I'd be really, really chuffed if we then went and got, as an absolute minimum, a draw against Bristol City. But no, we went and got all 3 points. And I think in both games, for me, they're both absolutely warranted and justified. We just nullified them, we frustrated them, and we played our own game. We didn't worry about it. And yeah, no, fair play to the lads. We did really, really well. So, we got 3 wins, and then we go and mess it up against Derby. But the writing was on the wall, wasn't it? The writing was on the wall.
Yeah, it was. It just felt like it going into it. Of course, Mr. Haven, you did gate crash that watch along, I believe. I caught you popping up right on cue for the goal. Who was it? Ohashi? Ohashi got the goal on that one. So how did you rate that performance in that game? Of course, but let's kind of put a blank squidgle over the Derby one. But the Bristol City game, how did you rate it?
Oh, I highly rated it as a good away performance. Obviously, a few more goals would have been nice, but especially since I remember going there and seeing them hit 5 past us, which was traumatic. So yeah, it was a good away performance, but yeah, I mean, you can't ask for much more away from home. But some more goals would have been good, but they got the job done, so we got to be happy with that, I think.
Yeah, I think our away form is keeping us afloat at the moment. I think if it's Ewood, that's the problem. Appreciate that, lads, and appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you subscribe, smash the like wherever you are in the world, of course, as we try to put it to bed now, this John Eustace lark who's just continued to frustrate Rovers. So, is it over? Is all forgiven? And what do you expect Derby County to do this campaign? They're flying high right now. They're cooking with gas. Can they, of course, be stopped right now? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about Derby and, of course, Eustace down below. But until then, we're going to bounce out and of course, make sure you subscribe. Catch you later, whenever that is. We're done.